Hi, my name's Brian Barras, and I'm a founding member of Tejas, Texas Environmental Justice Advocacy Services. And behind me is a part of Houston that you probably haven't seen before. Look at that. What do these tanks have in them? Is that styrene, benzene, chlorine? Take a deep breath. You feel weird tingling sensation? Are you getting a headache? Does your nose itch? Do your eyes itch? Does your throat itch? Many of the folks who go on the toxic tours tell us that they feel these things. There are tens of thousands of people who live along the Houston Ship Channel, or what I call it, Buffalo Bayou. For some reason, the same bayou on the west side of downtown is beautiful, multi-million-dollar park, brand new renovated jogging facilities, skate parks. But on our side, on the east side, it's converted into an industrial waterway, and it loses its beautiful name, Buffalo Bayou. It's transformed into this mega complex of industries and boats and ships and rail and big heavy trucks. So I'm here just to tell you a little bit more about what you don't see on the east side of Houston.
Hey, I'm Judith Nieto and I work with Tejas as well. I'm a youth organizer and I grew up in this community and this is what I get to see every day. And my family is living here. Yeah, so Manchester is a very small community. It's really well hidden because a lot of Houstonians still don't even know where Manchester is located in Houston. It sits right before Pasadena and right where Houston ends. Our green spaces are vacant lots where kids play. And usually some of these lots are either Superfund sites or they're just vacant lots that Valero or some of the other neighboring refineries have bought out. And we don't have access to them either because they're private properties. There's times that the refineries either open up their flares or they release something that causes a big boom throughout the whole community, and we feel it. And we feel it all throughout the community. We feel it in our houses shake. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, the sidewalks are actually cracked and our windows and our foundations get cracked. Nobody will tell us where this is coming from or if anybody is responsible for the damages to our properties. So we're in a constant struggle to find someone who will actually give us these answers. There are times that we even have leaks and explosions that we hear and sirens that go off. And sometimes we have derailments in the communities. And luckily, we haven't had anything explode nearby. But again, that's always a chance and it's always a fear that communities like mine and community members that live next to these kinds of industries and developments is what happens.
I think I hear some sirens.
And the train. You hear the train?
Imagine folks living in constant stress. These aren't your normal city noises that you hear. I've been to New York, I've been to London, I've been to Paris, I've been to San Francisco and LA. You don't hear these sounds there. Only in refining communities, in frontline communities. We're literally in a war zone. Environmentalists across the country refer to us as being on the front lines. Why are the most profitable companies in the history of the world around the most impoverished communities? And why are those communities not seeing any of that profit being invested back in their community?
Especially in the world's second largest petrochemical complex, where we're supposed to have the most money, right? We're supposed to be very stable when it comes to economic growth and development, but yet we don't have these developments and these projects that are supposed to be beneficial to communities coming into our neighborhoods.
There are people here that would love to access the water. They would love to go fishing on the bayou. We don't even have access to it. Many of the folks who live in these communities don't have transportation to go to the west side and partake in this public park. It costs millions of dollars to make. Mm-hmm. We're stuck in these neighborhoods, literally. Judith mentioned we don't have green spaces. We don't have transportation. All of these things layer on top of each other. We didn't mention the police surveillance. We didn't tell you about the food deserts, the lack of fresh produce. Communities can't even grow their own food in their yards because the soil's contaminated, because it floods, and all of the runoff from these facilities comes right into the neighborhood. So let's go to the next spot and watch your step. You don't want to slip on anything.
No.
Just follow us this way. Hey, is that the recycling facility over there?